Today we are going to learn about heat and its effects. This is the second part of this lesson. First of all, I would like to remember you what you learned about the first part of this lesson. In that lesson, you learned heat is a type of energy, heat can change the temperature of a substance, and also thermometer is the instrument that we use to measure the temperature. Our main source of heat is sun. Then you learn about how heat is generated. Now you know heat can be generated by rubbing two surfaces of a substance, and also heat can be generated by combusting fossil fuels. Examples for the fossil fuels are petrol, diesel, kerosene oil and LP gas. And also you know heat can be generated by using electricity. Now today we are going to learn about effects of heat. Under this topic we are going to learn about increase of temperature, expansion, change states of matter and color changes. Under the expansion we are going to learn about solid expansion, liquid expansion and the gas expansion. Under these four main effects of heat, first of all we are going to learn about increase of temperature. For learn about the increase of temperature, we have to prepare a setup like this. By using this setup, now I am going to do an experiment. Before doing that experiment, I am going to introduce the part of these instruments. This is the tripod and this is the beaker filled with water, and this is the thermometer and this is the stand. When you are fixing the thermometer, you have to know about some special characters. In this thermometer should be held vertically, and also the bulb of the thermometer should be well contacted with the water. Now I am going to supply the heat to this water by using this spirit lamp. Now we will see what happened to the temperature of the water by we are supplying heat by using a spirit lamp. When we are supplying the heat, now you can see the temperature of the water is increases. Now we will see why this temperature is increases. When we are supplying the heat, water can absorb the heat from the flame of the spirit lamp. Due to this heat, the temperature of the water increases. Then we can come to a conclusion. When we are supplying the heat, the temperature of the water is increases. Then we will see what happens when we are removing the spirit lamp. In here, when I am removing the spirit lamp, the supply of the heat from the water stops. Then you can see the temperature of the water decreases. This happens due to the release of heat from the water. Then we will see what is meant by temperature. The amount of heat present in the substance is known as temperature. Now you know we use thermometers to measure the temperature. Now we already learned about the increase of temperature. Now we will see the second effect of heat, expansion. You can remember, first of all I called you under expansion we are going to learn about expansion of solid, expansion of gas and expansion of liquid. I would like to ask two questions from you and try to find out the answers for this lesson. First of all, I would like to ask why there is a gap between rails in a railway track. And also I would like to ask a question why we have to heat to the rim before fixed into the cart wheel. Through the lesson, I hope you can find the answers. Okay, now we are going to learn about expansion of solid. To explain the expansion of solid, we have to do a simple experiment. For this experiment, I want to take a marble and also a ring. Before that, you can see the marble cannot send through this hole. Now we will see what happened to the marble when we are heating this loop. Okay, by using a spirit lamp, now I am heating the loop. Now you can observe what happened to the marble. Okay, now you can see when we are heating the loop, the marble is sent to this loop. Now you know before the heating, this marble cannot send through this loop. But when after heating, the marble can send through this loop. Now we will see after heating why this marble can send through this loop. When we are heating, the loop is become larger. Because of that, the marble can send through this loop. If something become larger in size, we call it as the expansion. In here you can see the observation when we are doing an experiment, the loop is heated, the marble can send through the loop. And also we can come to a conclusion, when the heat is supplied, the loop made using an iron wire becomes larger. Now we know if something becomes larger in size after heating is called as expansion. Then when this object release the heat, that means it become cools, again it is contracted. When the heat is taken off, that means cools, the things get contracted. Now I hope you can give the answers for the questions I asked before. Now I would like to remember the questions again. The first question is why there is a gap between railway tracks. Now you know in the daytime the tracks of a railway is heated. Then when it is heated, they are expanded, that means they become larger in size. When the sunlight falls on the rails in a railway track, the rails are heated, then they are expanded. If there is no any gap between them, the rails are bounce one another. Because of that, trains are derailed. Then the second question is why we have to heated the rim of a cartwheel before fixed into the cartwheel. In here, we have to take a rim smaller than the cartwheel. After that, we have to heat the rim before fixed into the cartwheel. When we are heating the rim is expanded. Due to this, we can fix to the rim to the cartwheel. When it is cool, that means when the rim is cooled, the cartwheel and the rim is fixed well. These all the two instances are happen due to the expansion of solid. Now we will see instances where we can see the expansion of solid. The first instance we can see in the daytime, electric wires and telephone wires are curved down. The second one is, you know, when the rails of a railway track have been fixed, keeping a gap between them. Now we already learned about the expansion of solid. Then we will see the expansion of liquid. I am going to explain the expansion of liquid through this question. The question is, what happens to the liquid in a thermometer when the temperature increases? Okay, now you know we use thermometers to measure the temperature. Today I bring two types of thermometers. This one we called as alcohol thermometer. And this one we called as mercury thermometer. In an alcohol thermometer, the bulb of the thermometer is fixed alcohol. In mercury thermometer, the bulb of thermometer is fixed with mercury. You know, this mercury and alcohol are examples for the liquids. Now we will see what happened to the liquid of a thermometer when we are supplying the heat. You know, this bulb of the thermometer is fixed with liquid. When we are supplying the heat, the liquid inside the bulb of thermometer can absorb the heat. Absorb heat, the liquid increases the volume. Increase of the volume in a liquid we called as liquid expansion. In here you can see the expansion of liquid. Now we will see instances where we use expansion of liquid in our day-to-day life. Now already you know in thermometers we use expansion of the liquid. Now we are going to learn about the expansion of gas. To learn about the expansion of gas, we can do a simple experiment. For this experiment, we have to prepare a setup like this. In here you can see you have to take a glass bottle with empty, and also you have to take a hot water basin and you have to cover the mouth of the bottle by using a coin. First of all, you have to take an empty bottle and you have to cover the bottle of the mouth by using a coin. Then you have to place this bottle into the hot water basin. In this experiment, you can observe the coin is moved. Now we will see how this coin is moved. You know, we take an empty glass bottle. The glass bottle is filled with air, and also the air is a mixture of gas. When this air is absorbed heat from that hot water, the air inside the glass bottle is increase its volume. Due to increase of this volume, the coin is started to move. Increase of the volume of a gas we called as expansion of gas. Now we will see where the instances we can see the expansion of gas in our day-to-day life. For this, you can do a very simple experiment at your home. You have to blow a balloon and tie the mouth of it tight. Okay, we will see instances where we can see the expansion of gas in our day-to-day life. For that, you can do a simple activity in your home. You have to blow a balloon and tie the mouth of it tightly. And also you have to keep it placed where sunlight falls. Then you can observe after some time the balloon is burst. Now you can think why this balloon is burst. When the sunlight is fallen on the balloon, the air inside the balloon is increase its volume due to absorb the heat from the sunlight. Due to this increase of volume, the balloon is burst. When the sunlight falls on the balloon, the air inside the balloon is expanded. That means air inside the balloon increases its volume due to the heat of the sunlight. Because of that, the balloon is burst. Now we already learned about the two main effects of heat. First one, increase of temperature. Second one, expansion. Under expansion, you learn about solid expansion, liquid expansion and the gas expansion. Now we will see the third effect of heat. The third effect of heat is change of states of matter. In here, you can think what happened to the ice cube if we take it out from the refrigerator. You know, if we take out from the ice cube from the refrigerator, after some time the ice cube started to melt. That means ice become water. We will see why this ice is melting. When the ice cube take off from the refrigerator, it absorbed the heat from the atmosphere. Then it started to melt. You know, ice is the solid state of water. Water is the liquid state of water. Due to absorb the heat, this ice is become the water, means solid state of the water become to the liquid state of water. Then you can see due to the heat, change of states of matter can occur. In here now you know, heat can change the nature of the object and also change of state can occur due to the heat. Now we will see what happen when we are supplying the heat to the water. Now I like to explain you when the ice is absorbing the heat, it become to water. When the water is absorbing heat, it become to the water vapor. In here you know ice is the solid state of water, water is the liquid state of water and water vapor is the gas state of water. In here it absorb the heat, solid state change into the liquid state change into the gas state. Then you can see due to the heat, change of states of matter can occur. Now we will see what happened to the water vapor releasing the heat. Releasing the heat means when the water vapor becomes cool. When the water vapor becomes cool, it turns into the water. Then we will see what happened to the water releasing the heat. That means when the water becomes cool. it becomes solid. In here also I would like to explain you, ice is the solid state of water, water is the liquid state of water, water vapor is the gas state of water. In here you can see when the water vapor release in the heat, it become to the water, water release in the heat, it become to the ice. In here also you can see change of state can occur due to the release of heat. In here we will see what happened to the wax when it is heated. You know, if we take a candle, candle is made up of wax. Wax is the solid state of wax. Now we will think what happened to the candle when it is light up. You know, when we light up the candle, the wax is started to melt. That means wax become wax liquid. Then that wax liquid again absorb the heat from the flame of the candle, that wax become wax vapor. In here also you can see the change of states of matter. In here solid wax absorb the heat and it becomes to the liquid wax. When the liquid wax absorb the heat and it becomes to the wax vapor. In here also you can see solid state become to the liquid, liquid state become to the gas. In here also we can come to a conclusion, due to the heat change of states of matter can occur. We already learned about the third effect of the heat also. Then we will see the fourth effects of heat. The fourth effect of heat is color change. In here you can see what happens to a metal when it is heated. When we are supplying the heat to the metal, first it becomes red color. Continuously when we are supplying the heat, it become to the orange color, and again when we are supplying the heat, it become to the yellow color. In here also you can see the color change of happen due to the heat. Then we will see what happened to a filament of a bulb when it is heated. When we are supplying heat by using an electricity, we can see the filament of bulb first become red color, then it become orange color, it become yellow color, and it become white color. Then you know heat affect the color changes of a substance. Then we will see the effects of the heat in the environment. In here first we are going to learn about the occurrence of a drought. Now we will see what is mean by a drought. Drought is when the certain area get less 75% of the rainfall expected is called as drought. When the drought is coming, the environment become very dry, and also the environment is covered full with dust, and also the water present in the tanks, rivers and lakes are evaporated due to the heat of the sun. Then the second effect of the heat is occurrence of a forest fire. Forest fire occurrence due to the severe heat. This forest fire is spread faster when the trees are dry. Then we will see the effect of the heat to the water cycle. In here you know water in the surfaces of earth, that means water present in the rivers, lakes, seas and other places evaporated due to the heat of the sun. When the water vapor rises up and it formed clouds. When the water vapor present in the cloud condense in the sky, then this water vapor become water droplets. These water droplets are become to the earth as a rain. This is the water cycle. You can see heat is affect the water cycle. Then we will see the occurrence of current in oceans also happen due to the heat. How this occurrence of current in oceans? When the water present near to the oceans in the equator is warm than the water present in the oceans near to the poles. Then the heated water flows toward to the poles and the cold water flows towards to the equator. Due to this flow, the ocean currents are occurred. Then the temperature of the earth also rises up due to the heat, and also the glacier of the poles are melting due to the heat. Due to this melting of glacier, you know the sea level is rises up. Then we will see what are the human activities which cause to the increase the temperature. The human activities which are caused to the human temperature are, the main one is combustion of fossil fuels. In here you know fossil fuels are petrol, diesel, kerosene oil and LP gas. Then the second human activity which causes to the increase the temperature is deforestation. Deforestation means cutting down trees in jungles. Let's do a simple assignment. Okay, now you can fill the blanks. The first question is, the amount of heat of an object is known as. You can find the answers for here. In the second one is, if something becomes larger in size after heating is called as. Then the third one is the instrument which used to measure the temperature. Now I am going to give the answers. The amount of heat of an object is known as temperature. If something becomes larger in size after heating is called as expansion. Thermometer is the instrument which used to measure the temperature. Okay, now we will see the summary of this lesson. In today we are learn heat is the reason for increase and decrease the temperature, and also the reason for expansion and contraction of substance is heat. Change of states of matter occurs due to the heat. Heat affects the property of substances. Heat must be used efficiently and with caution. I hope you take some knowledge about heats and its effects, and also you can try to do these activities at your home, and I hope you will enjoy this lesson, and goodbye.